Hey, there you are. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's go see what's in the fridge today, guys. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer is Plowboy, and it is a porter coming in at 5.5% ABV, and it's done by Crown Valley Brewing, and they are out of St. Genevieve, Missouri. I cannot get these beers here, so thanks to Philip for sending me this. He's down in Louisiana. And it says, for best taste, serve cellar temperature 54 to 57. The IBUs are 34, so it shouldn't be too bitter. Doesn't have any kind of dating on the label. There may be something digitized on the bottle. We'll take a look when I come back. And it says here in big letters, Brewing, a Missouri legend. Well, we'll see about that, huh? Philip, thanks again for sending those beers to me. I do appreciate it. I cannot get these beers that you send here, other than that New Belgium beer. The other half said she had seen that beer in there, but I have not seen it. So she does most of the beer shopping for the go-to beers that we drink, and I do the beers that they're going to be reviewed. So I'm kind of glad. I'm kind of glad that I did not pick up a whole 6-pack of those, because I was not impressed. I'm not a big cranberry juice fan, so people that like cranberry juice might like that beer. So I'm glad you sent it to me. So thanks again for sending those beers, and this beer too. So let's get on with this one and see what we end up with here. Alright, this is an American porter, like I said, 5.50 ABV, and it says year-round availability, so they brew this beer all year long. So if you can get this beer, or their beers, you should be able to get this one. The commercial description on this one: this beer is brewed with generous amounts of chocolate malts. Chocolate refers to the color, not the flavor that comes out of them, which is an important note to have if you're not a home brewer. So the darker chocolate malt that we use does not put chocolate taste into it. It just darkens the color of the beer. It's a roasted barley. So let's go over to the food pairings. The cuisine is barbecue. The cheese is a buttery brie, Gouda, Havarti, Swiss. And since it is a porter, it goes well with your chocolate dishes. And the meat is beef, smoked meat, and grilled meat. Glassware is a pint, Beckerstein a mug, the Seidel of the side. I got the pint glass for this one. And not recommended for extended cellaring, so that's another reason to have the date on the label or the bottle, which I do not see yet. So let's get the cap off of this one and see what we got. Into the glass we go. Alright, semi-aggressive pour there. And we did give us about a finger of head. Over into the light, it is a kind of a burgundy color, kind of on the lighter side for a porter. Almost looks like a red ale in the glass. I don't think it's an unfiltered beer. Don't think it's bottle conditioned or anything. I can see the bulb through it. Looks like it's got quite a bit of bubble streaming up, so it looks like it's fairly well carbonated, especially since it poured the full finger of head on it. Let's get a nose on it. I'm getting a little bit of cocoa. Smells very sweet in the glass. Maybe some brown sugar, or maybe even some darker fruit. I'm not sure. Maybe a little toffee in there. Smells very sweet in the glass. Very malty. So let's give it a taste. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again, Philip. Cheers. The nose is definitely stronger than the taste. The aroma is... The taste is a little thin. I'm giving a little chocolate on the back end. A little toffee and caramel. A little on the thin side for a porter. Very easy drinking, not getting any alcohol, but just a little on the thin side of and bland. Just a slight hint of the chocolate malt. Not bitter. A little watery. Very easy drinking, very sessionable, but not a whole lot of flavor to go with it. Like I said, a little on the bland side for a porter to me. And of course, I like the bigger beers and the hoppier beers. So this is just my opinion, guys. Not leaving any kind of bad aftertaste or anything. Just not a whole lot of taste here. Well, it's 40 degrees right out of the fridge, so let's let it warm up and see if we get any other aromas or notes or see if it improves any as it warms up. So a lot of your porters and stouts will improve as it warms up to room temperature. So stick around, I'll be right back and we'll do the final chug on this one and the final comments and see where it ends up. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. This beer has a nice roasty malt taste, a little bit of cocoa in there. And to me, that's as far as it goes. A little thin, but a decent porter. But I think it should have a little more. It should have a little more roastiness, and it should have a little more depth to it. I was getting a little bit more on the nose, on the aroma, when I first opened it up, but now that it's warmed up in room temperature and stuff, it doesn't have enough depth for me. The little bit of cocoa in the roastiness is there, but not extreme in any way. It's just a bit on the thin side and not enough depth. I keep saying that, but the roasted malt and just a tad of cocoa is all I'm getting on the taste now. So let's do the final chug on this one. Yeah, a little bit of roastiness there, just a tad hint of cocoa in there, but I'm not getting so much of the caramel and the topping that I was getting when it was fresh, opened up out of the bottle. And this bottle has no date on it, and it blows me away that these craft beer companies can produce a low ABV beer or even an IPA and not put a date on it. It just blows me away that they do that and they don't put any kind of dating on their beers. So that's going to cost them. And Philip, don't take this personally. I love that you sent me these beers because I cannot get these beers, but this one is lacking just a little bit as far as having the depth of a porter and what a porter should have to me, even though it's only a 5.5%. Very easy drinking, no alcohol. I don't get any alcohol in the taste. But I'm not getting a whole lot more with the taste other than the roasting, a little bit of roastiness and just a hint of the cocoa. So, guys, I'm gonna give this a 6, which is a B. It may have gotten a B plus if it had a date on it, but I think the taste is lacking just a little bit on this beer, this particular beer. There are a lot better porters out there than this beer, even in the English style. Even a Samuel Smith or something like that has just a little more taste, even though it's supposed to be like a session porter. It's lacking just a little bit in my opinion, guys. So let's go see what the other guys have to say about it. We'll go over to Beer Advocate first, and they got 80, which is in their good range, and I agree with that. That's about what I give it. I'm giving it a B. So I think it is a good beer, but it's not an exceptional beer. It's not an outstanding beer. So I think they need to tweak this one just a little bit more and put a date on the bottle to get a better grade on this one. So let's go over to Rate Beer, and Rate Beer says, ooh, these guys aren't kind at all. 42 overall and 15 in the style. And 42 is a little bit on the low side, but 15 in the style, that's a tad on the low side to me, but it is lacking on the style side. For a porter, it should be a little more robust than what I'm getting out of this beer. So if you can get this beer, or you've had this beer, give me some comments back on this one, guys. Let me know what you think of it, and whether you liked it or didn't like it, or whatever the case may be. I think it's lacking just a little bit on this, a little bit in the taste. The aroma was nice for fresh out of the bottle, but as it warmed up, it didn't increase in any of the taste or the aroma. As a matter of fact, I think it went downhill just a little bit after it warmed up. So, guys, let me know what you think about this beer. As always, hit the like button, rate, comment, subscribe, and you know what I'm going to say. That's right. Let's go see what's in the fridge tomorrow. Join me then.